Hello and welcome. This is Zoo, and today we are going to be playing some Star Citizen. Now, this has been on my bucket list for a little bit. I wasn't sure whether or not my viewers would be interested, so similar to a Cat Tales video I recently released, and some grounded gameplay, I decided I would do another introduction video and see what y'all thought. Now, a server-wide wipe has occurred, so anything at all that is not typically connected to your account is gone, which means I get to show y'all what a fresh start looks like. Obviously, there are a few things you need to know. First off, typically when you enter the game, you have to pick your home if you're entering it for the first time. I chose Stanton, which is typically a nicer place to spawn because it's cleaner and has less pirates. Pirates are fun though. Anyway, I chose New Babbage and Stanton, which is a place you could spawn in and set your home to. There's a little bit of background, I'm going to go into it briefly. Essentially, there is an ability to reprint your body in this game. Even if you die, your memory and consciousness is re-uploaded into a new printed body, like a 3D printed body, essentially. There's a lot of people out there who can't do that. This is part of the lore, and you can, because you're one of the few lucky people who can. And essentially, you run around, you can pirate, you can haul and do shipping, or you could move around with commodities. You could go bounty hunting, you could go and help defend outposts. There is a lot to do in this game and a lot of ground to cover. It's very fun. It is still an alpha and extremely buggy at times, but I just wanted to share this with y'all. If you like this gameplay and want to see more, please let me know down in the comments. Just so y'all know, this is very multiplayer friendly. I might possibly have more people come into the recording session in a little bit. As you can see at the top, I've already joined a party. As you can see, there's a digital interface that you can technically look around in. Your home will typically display all your stats and how you're doing. Yes, there's crime in this. There is a prison. There's reputation. It's very fun. There is also contracts. These are the mini missions I may have mentioned. There's comms. This is how you can interact with other players. Typically in this game, there are 3 overall systems. There's Nyx, there's Stanton, and then there's Pyro. Pyro is lawless and typically quite dirty. This is the one I am typically going to spawn in. I have played a little bit of this game before, but I am going to go ahead and go into Stanton, which is lawful, meaning there are repercussions, you can get a crime stat, and it's kind of safer to be around overall. Nyx is, I would say, underdeveloped right now, or still in development, and it has a lot to do with mining. Now, as you can see, if I press F4, there is a camera. If I press F4 again, and then F4Z, I can spin around. I am clearly under-geared. That is my happy, under-geared character right there. Anyway, the things next to me are storage terminals, and the thing in front of me is a ship terminal. If I want a ship, I can spawn one in. This is my one ship that I have, so I'm going to go ahead and request it. And that's a bit new, but I am going to just retrieve.
Your vehicle has been please visit us again. Goodbye.
Now, obviously you don't want to step on this when it's going down or you will die, but this is where you will see your ships come up and go down. I only have one small ship, so technically I can only bring out one ship. But as you saw, the platform will go down, it'll come back up again. Baby steps. This is where we start. From there, I need to find a way to make money. Not sure what yet, but we will see what we can do. Okay, so as you can see, I managed to pick up some armor. There was a ton of stuff just left on the ground over here. It may not seem like much, but this is basically free money. So I am proceeding to drag everything that's over here into my inventory if I can, and I can sell this at the station itself. Now, I don't know why it keeps kicking me out, but something that's very sparse right now is money. Now, y'all may not know it, but previously, this game was kind of pointless regarding money because there was a lot of people with a lot of duped money, which is why there was such a huge wipe on the server. And why I've been so excited to jump on and show y'all this. A clean slate typically means I get to show y'all quite a bit. Anyway, I just wanted to show y'all this is all free money, just randomly on the ground. Oh, my friends are currently doing random quests. I'm gonna accept that. It's very good to early on get in a group so that you can get some XP and renown in certain areas. It is quite nice, to be honest. Thank you, Trollsies. Can I pick that up?
Should be able to.
It won't let me pick it up.
Weird. Try hitting I and then dragging it into your backpack when you're on top of it. There you go.
Into my multi-tool, thank you.
And
That didn't quite work. Try that again. Actually, let me get rid of the pistol and put it in my backpack. That's probably why. Yes.
Guys, do you want to hear a funny story? I just been at the Area 18,
Is this for me?
checked the expo, and took every single ship for the rent. By accident, clicked twice for the golem or X, twice to rent him. And I have not 2 ships, but I have double time for the rent.
Thank you, Trollsies.
Yeah, because you add 24 hours every time.
oh, anytime.
Alright, so I got some random loose armor that was just sitting around, and my friend Trollsies, thank you Trollsies, got me a weapon, which hopefully I won't need to use too soon. He got me a med gun, which hopefully I also won't need to use soon. And he got me a multi-tool, which hopefully we will be able to use soon. Now, I will need to get attachments for this later, but let's take a look at our cutlass. So this is our starter ship that was chosen. And as you can see, it's got a nice, simple design. There's the cockpit there. It's got little guns, adorable little guns. That do absolutely nothing, for sure, to most ships. And then you have, of course, the buttons to access your ship. It's a nice little ramp. Of course, we got storage. Lights are on, but it's very dark in here, which is strange. Oops, we got a bed. A lot of little compartments we can play around with. The good thing is we also have a fire extinguisher. Don't know what this is here. And of course, finally, the cockpit. This is where we would be driving around. Now we are going to go ahead and accept a 6 SCU cargo run. So something of note I want to share with y'all is that each ship currently has its snap grid SCU. You can technically put crates off grid. So for example, I can hold 4 cargo, but I could do 6 if I just squeeze it and it's a little bit loose. And, you know, hope and pray it doesn't play out. We will see what happens. It might take us a little bit, but we will eventually be able to save up more money for a bigger and better ship. For now, I am going to go ahead and see if I can load up our ship real quick. Give me a second. Alright, so it is Future Zoo here. I am sorry, I meant to do this earlier, But something to note here, just for beginners, I would actually recommend going into your menu, pressing escape by doing so, and going to game settings. And from there, you may want to turn on some of the advanced HUD for flight. Now, there is a tutorial in the game, but one of the things people mention is not to do it because it is very buggy and can cause some difficulties. So basically, you're going to scroll down until you see something called Defaults HUD, Advanced HUD on in SCM, and you're going to make sure it's checked yes. The option below that is the same, but for nav, you're also going to want to check yes. Now, some people say Advanced HUD prefers labels is also a good one to have on, but you could always turn that off if you don't like it. Just some settings you may want to actually have on. Alright.
Launch complete.
We have managed to get into our ship. We have managed to take off.
You should be good to go.
We have now managed to ask to leave. We're gonna go pick up our cargo and hope for the best. Gently move forward. If you ever struggle with camera, I found it is nice to get out in F4 mode. So there are two types of navigation here. You can go into, well, navigation mode, which is how you'll warp to a location faster, and you can go into regular cruising, which is a lot less fast and a lot less dangerous to be in. Now, right now, I need to go collect my shipment, which is very far away from here. It is, in fact, 43.4 gigameters away from here, and I don't know if that is the correct terminology. I have heard quite a few things now. What we can do here is we can go to maps, and we can go to collect shipment, and that'll automatically route us if we click here on this green area. Now, it's not allowing me to route, but that may be simply because it's trying to go through the planet. So what we're gonna do instead is put up our landing gear and head to Port Tressler. After we do that, we're going to attempt to head to the NB International Spaceport. It's a bit complicated, a lot to take in. Someone helped me set up my HUD and UI. As you can see, there's a lot of little screens here you need to keep track of. And it can be quite overwhelming to begin with. Once you get used to it, there's honestly quite a bit to get obsessed over. You have to, of course, make sure your engines are turned on. There is power management, so they have what they call pips. You have to put each one in. For example, I could lower radar and increase thrusters and engines to get where I need to faster. Now, once you are on a landing pad in general, I'm gonna cut our engines, as you see here. There we go. Your refuel is actually not bad for half of our quantum. It's only 520 SCU. And we're gonna go ahead and refuel the hydrogen, even though we don't really need to. It's not bad, and honestly, I think we'll be perfectly fine. I don't know if we're full landed, so I'm just gonna kind of open the ramp and take a peek. Now we should be, but weird things can happen. As I mentioned, this is in alpha. Okay, yes, we are all good to go. Now there's our freight hangar. If I wanted to, I could get a little bit closer, and I think I will. And then we're gonna bring up the cargo we need. Alright, as you can see, I got it closer to what we now have, a freight elevator. Now all I gotta do is go over here, it might be actually too close, and we're gonna send this down and transfer our cargo. Like so. The elevator's down, you transfer it over. If you don't know, and you actually have a lot of inventory, where exactly to look for these, you could always just click missions and it should sort out the cargo. Now we're going to go ahead and bring this up. Of course, my friends are at work, doing a bunch of contracts. We're definitely going to be accepting them because that's literally just free money and reputation. Mostly reputation. Now that we have our cargo up, so you can see it's 2 boxes, and all I need to do is stash it in that small area right there. Now, I had to go back and get a tractor beam attachment from one of my friends. Thank you again, Trollsies. It's very kind of him. Normally you can go to the, oh, I hope we can snap that on. If we can't, it's going to be kind of loose for a bit. This is probably fine. I don't see anything going wrong here. Quite a big box. Just gonna gently shove this in here. This is probably fine. Just gonna kind of inch by a little bit. Don't squish me. Excellent. Now all we have to do is close the doors. I ended up keybinding my doors to Alt-D, so I don't have to get out of the seat and go back and press the button. And we will see how this goes. This is what we call loose, not on the grid, and it can definitely get interesting. So as you can see here, we have our cuddy. If I press Alt-D, it's gonna automatically close that ramp for me, which is really nice. So we press I, turn on our engines, and we are gonna go ahead and see if we can head out. Alright, so we have managed to land. We're gonna back up to, of course, the freight elevator real quick. It's a little bit weird, but... Oh, too close. That must have hurt. Okay, we're gonna stop right here. Thankfully, we can repair that. So there's that. And we are gonna go ahead and turn off that. Maybe we can just scooch back real quickly. As you can see, it's all here and we are able to get it in. Now this was a loose grid thing. Typically on grid it looks like this. It'll snap with a highlight. Our ship is very small. Something I do want to show is the availability to rent a ship. So that is where we will go next. Pardon me while I let my party members know. I'm going to share this so they get rep and money. And then we're going to see what we can do next. I think we are good to go. So basically we have these, and all you have to do is click this, and this will complete our contract. There's obviously a time contract, which I did not realize, and thankfully we did this in time. Now we're putting it down, and in a second... Contract complete. Red Wind seeking new haulers. Yep, our contract is complete. Now, since I did share this with multiple people, it probably didn't get very much, but as you can see, I still got plenty. I got 17k, which is more than enough to make up for everything that just happened. So I am going to repark my ship since it is kind of crooked. I'm going to store it, and then I'm going to go see if I can find a rental location. Alright, we managed to find our way over to the convention center. It is extremely... Oh, hello there. Like you're from Star Trek. Oh, that's a person. Anyway, managed to find our way over to the convention center, obviously. Very big, very flashy. We got all sorts of extra gear here we could buy. Say we've been here. I want to look like this man. Anyway, oh, there's 2 of them. Just gonna head in. We're gonna find our rental spaces, hopefully. Okay, hopefully we only have to do this one more time. I think I've had to redo this whole time. So they definitely went all out. And here's the rental location. So if you wanted to rent something, literally you could rent something. And every 2 days, it's going to spit out a new variety of ships. Now, this is my favorite ship to use, the Drake Cutlass Red, because it has some med beds, it's got some logging beds, it's got, you know, some guns, some shields, and of course some starting hauling, which is really nice. I don't think we have enough to do that normally, but since it is currently DefenseCon, we actually don't have to worry about that. We can just rent it for free. And if you rent this, it'll show up and you'll be able to use it from your hangar, I'm pretty sure. Let's just go ahead and try that. Alright, so I've managed to finally reach all the way back to our hangars in the spaceport. Essentially, as you could see, everything we've rented is now currently available to us. So there's the Drake Cutter, our original ship, and as you can see there is the Iron Trad that I randomly grabbed before I left, along with the Cutlass Red and unknown vehicle there, and Golem OX. Reason why you are seeing the occasional tags is because I am using a language pack. It's kind of like the concept of a texture pack in Minecraft. It helps a little. It is nice to see there is now a capacity. It is good to know. Anyway, so I am gonna go ahead and see what I can get here. And there you go. Very big ship. I'm not gonna have necessarily time to look at all of it, but this carries large amounts of cargo. Can't wait to play with it. Anyway, I just wanted to say, if y'all are interested in seeing more of this, it's just a simple introduction, hauling, where to rent a ship, etc., and so on and so forth. Let me know down in the comments.